From Variety, Jonathan Majors told TMZ that he's heartbroken over the news that Robert Downey Jr.'s Doctor Doom will be the new villain of the next two Avengers movies, effectively replacing Majors' Kang the Conqueror.
Yeah, you can keep going. Yeah.
Majors was dropped by Marvel in December. On the same day, he was found guilty of 2 misdemeanor counts of harassment and assault. His villain, Kang, was set up as the new Thanos of the Marvel Cinematic Universe and was set to feature prominently in Avengers: The Kang Dynasty, which has now been scrapped and replaced by the Downey starring Avengers Doomsday. Jonathan Majors answered TMZ with, "Yeah, I'm heartbroken. Of course, I love Kang. Dr. Doom is wicked, though."
Yeah. And I saw that TMZ, that ambush quick interview, trying to put him on the spot. I'll give Jonathan Majors this. He's going the route of taking the high road. He's not, hope it lasts. I hope he's starting to get roles again, so he's not gonna show, I guess, any anger, disappointment, and I don't know. I guess you're not gonna. You fired me. That's great, but you're not gonna catch me being unprofessional about it, because maybe there's still a chance. I mean, we might go through Doomsday and Secret Wars with Doctor Doom being the big bad, which is exactly what they're saying this is what's gonna happen. But what if? What if? Because Kang said, you can't really take him out. What if? I'm not saying that this is the plan, but what if after Doomsday, maybe Kevin Feige just might have a change of heart, because if Jonathan Majors continues to take the high road, not say anything bad, not act bitter about it, he goes, you know what? Maybe at the very end of the movie of Secret Wars, putting Doomsday in was Kang's big plan all along. I have to take a step back for a second, throw Doomsday out there, and I have two theories actually. This is one, but what do you think about that theory? What do you think or would that be too much fan service? Do you think Kevin Feige wouldn't do it, or is there a chance that Kevin Feige might consider that?
Well, the door has not been shut.
Yeah.
On film, so you can't count them as out till the door's been shut on film. They always have the opportunity open for that character. Yeah. They can always bring him back in a way that makes sense. They've already laid the tracks for that, and they haven't closed the door. So that is perfectly available for them, as to bring that intellectual property and him back as an actor. Whether or not they will is yet to be seen.
Yeah,
it's a tough one. It gets into the kind of the cancel culture, and it's a tough factor because, like, you, as someone that's in the limelight, you want them to be a role model. Mm-hmm. A lot of people assume that they're a role model because they are in film or whatever. That's not necessarily what they sign up for. That is their job. They are an actor, and they're not signing up to be a saint. But you also don't want to support people that are doing immoral actions, or you don't want to promote that type of activity either. Mm-hmm. So it's really tough. But the cancel culture can get, is the fervor of that can be taken in a very negative way really, really quick. I mean, it's up there with
like overcorrection.
Yeah, I mean, it gets. I mean, I hate to add some similarities, but witch trials, okay, stoning people for committing crimes.
Yeah,
that
most of the throwers were probably guilty of themselves.
Yeah,
it's just that they weren't caught.
When you take it to that extreme, it shows one of the worster sides of human nature. Yeah. So you don't want to support that, and the person's got to live. They've made a mistake. Yes, they have to continue to work. They have to feed their family. They have to, there's no need for the punishment fit the crime type thing.
That there's never a path to redemption. That sometimes you're right. It does go too far.
I have pointed out that Robert Downey Jr. himself is. And
the interviewer brought it up. Like, how does it feel? You had a misdemeanor, And my theory is this: because in the midst of it, while the fans were upset that some of these Kang appearances and it wasn't getting the impact that they were getting, like with if you compare it to like Thanos' slow rollout, it wasn't hitting. And the fans, you guys were, I mean, it's true. You guys were out there. You were nitpicking. You were complaining. Okay, was he really that of a threat in Ant-Man 3? And the rollout in Loki, so there were a lot of complaints about it. But I looked at that as on the writing side of it. I feel like the production of it wasn't anything against Jonathan Majors' acting portrayal of what he was given to work with. But I felt like I honestly would have preferred them stay the course. But I feel like the Disney and Kevin Feige looked at the opportunity and just didn't want to let it slip. It was like, well, fans are already complaining about the way we're rolling Kang out. If he's found guilty of this, because what he was found guilty of was not that he intended to cause harm to his ex-girlfriend, but that injury did happen to her. Like in the moment when he was putting her back in the car to get away from her and closing the door and getting away, she injured herself or she hurt her hand. And his defense was, I didn't hurt her at all. Well, technically you did. You didn't intend to, but you did cause an injury to her. And they used that and they focused on that. And that's where he got his misdemeanor from. But the TMZ lady was right. She had a valid question. I mean, Robert Downey Jr. has a past too. What's the difference? What's the does it matter if it's a misdemeanor versus felony? Does it matter how old it is? How long ago? Does it matter because he was in a dark time in his life where drugs and alcohol was involved a lot? Or does it matter because this was harm that was done to there's been a lot of actors that have been guilty of domestic violence and are still, working. So it's like, I think what really factored into it is the fact that the Kang rollout wasn't work. Because I feel like this: if Ant-Man 3 would have made $1 billion, he'd still be. It'd be Kang Dynasty still.
It would have been a contributing factor.
It would have been like, he deserves a second chance and all that. But since the rollout wasn't as great as they hoped it was, not anything against his acting, but the way the fans have received it and they're all being critical about it. And maybe you should bring in Dr. Doom. All right, we brought in Dr. Doom. And now that it always happens. The second you get what you want, then then the other complaints come in. Well, come on. Well, I swear to God, it's probably the same people who asked for Dr. Doom are now complaining that we have Dr. Doom and like, no, give Kang another. It's you never know what you got till it's gone. It always happens with these fans.
Even Deadpool mentioned getting canceled.
Yeah. Oh yeah. True. It's true. Yeah. I'm always gonna hell. Eminem just talked about it. While Eminem had a conversation with himself as Slim Shady. I'm getting a kid on TikTok will discover something that Slim Shady's did back in 2001, and I'm getting canceled on Monday, and I'm getting canceled as March Madness is like, and I'm getting canceled on Tuesday. So it's like it's a weird situation that he's in. Also, that was in that story was the amount of money that Robert Downey Jr. is being said he's going to make. I don't know if it's both movies combined or if it's each. But the story is that Robert Downey Jr. is about to make $100 million when it's all said and done. That is acting fees and royalties and getting percentages of what the film, of the box office and all that. Because last time it was $50 million. To come back. Now you can't. Obviously you can't pay him the same amount. So now it's $100 million. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it's $100 million per movie, not just for both. It's per movie. Wow. The highest payout that any actor has ever received. He's well worth it. But what do you think about this news? I mean, is it too much? Is it?
I guess it depends on how the movie does.
I mean, Avengers movies tend to make about $3 billion. So. The $100 million drop in the bucket. What do you think? Robert Downey Jr., $100 million per movie?
RDJ, I mean, the guy is a hell of an actor.
I mean, you can't pay him the same amount.
The guy
just won an Oscar.
The guy's a hell of an actor, man. He's a known quantity. You know what you're going to get. You know he can fill the role. Would I've liked to seen maybe some new talent, some younger talent in there?
Kang.
At some point, you got to start thinking about the next generation.
Yeah.
If you don't start planting the seeds now for some of those talents, you've got to be able to hand that off.
Right.
You've got to develop who's going to be the next RDJ.
Right.
Who's going to be the next guy? Because you've got a lot of those big talents that are leaving. You need some younger talent to start building those characters now.
Young Avengers, baby.
And if they don't really start selling it now, and Doom is one of those characters that could have launched a new actor.
And sometimes
True,
that
I agree with
is on the fans. Because
like I said, they were complaining at first.
They protest
wanted
so
Doom.
bad anytime changes are introduced. Like, we're going to bring in new blood. No, we have to. No one can do it like they can. We got to have no. We don't want to see them. They'll be terrible. We're trying to move things forward, and you guys won't let us.
The fandom, the toxic fandom, whatever you want to call them, the rage baiters, they will always be mad about something.
Thank you guys for watching our video. I really do appreciate it. Remember, you can support our show by becoming a member or a patron. So click the subscribe button. Don't forget to ring the bell for notifications so you'll never miss out on when we go live or post new content. Let's stay connected, grow this community together. Like, subscribe, comment, and let's keep talking.